All right, I think we are live. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Friday night session where I'm coming back on just to finish out one donation I didn't get to in the earlier session and a handful of my YouTube channel members that I didn't get to for their free readings. You'll see there's no chat. I'm not taking any new reading requests for this session. I'm just making up for those because it's part of my YouTube channel members uh, rewards, I guess, or options for being a YouTube channel member. So if you're interested, I do have a link down below. My praying mantis is $7.99 a month. I also have a Zen cricket at $2.99 a month, and it allows you to get prioritization during my live sessions. And I always come back on to finish out my donations and any of my YouTube channel members. So you get that for my Friday, Saturday night, my Saturday and Sunday afternoon sessions. And then also on Wednesday, all my YouTube channel members, they get 2 hours from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time, a special session where we do tarot readings. We can do past life readings, oracle readings, all sorts of stuff. And then my praying mantis level, which is the higher level, they get everything that the Zen cricket gets. Plus Thursdays we have an extra 2 hour, and then Friday and Saturday nights after those sessions, I also have an hour, and then after my Sunday afternoon session, an extra hour. So if you're interested, you can check that out down below. Also, I offer personal readings and some other items. There's a link down to a that takes you to a place where you can see all that I offer there as well. All right, but big thank you to everybody for all the thumbs up and for all of your support. Because of you, I'm able to do everything that I do, and of course, my lovely host who allows me to live here as well. So thank you, thank you. All right, so let's jump in. And we had one donation, so we'll dive deeper into your reading. So, Jerenaroo, thank you so much for your donation and celebrating your fifth super chat. So, thank you so much for being here. And your question was, how does Bruno feel about you? You think he's a nice guy, but you don't talk to him because you think he thinks you're weird. All right. Hey, fry the freak flag. That's what I always say. We're all weird, all humanity. Let's take a look here and see what we have here for you, Geronimo. So, based on his current energies, how does he feel about you? They did want that one. What else? I usually say, we don't see the world as we are. Sorry, we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So if anyone thinks I'm weird, I'm like, mirror, I'm just a mirror. If you see weird, well, then, if a monkey looks in a mirror, it sees a monkey. If a giraffe looks in the mirror, it sees a giraffe. So if a weird person looks in me and they see weirdness, well, it's because that's them. All right, let's see what we have here. Now, bottom of the deck, we do have the Ace of Trees, which is abundance. It's about a new opportunity opening up, really to get to know one another. And it's also this card of, seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way as well. So, everything does happen on purpose for a purpose. And so if, I don't talk to someone because I think they think I'm weird, it's a mirror for me to go, where do I think I'm weird? And why do I think being unique and different is wrong, or there's something wrong with that? That allows me to see my worth differently because, if it's a fear of being rejected, right? A fear of not being worthy, or what will people say? And ultimately, fear of rejection, right? And that people will pull away their love from us and all that fun stuff that's rooted underneath the surface. So I like that this is coming up for you to be able to see yourself and go, you know what? I love that I'm weird. I'm an Aquarius sun. We love being called weird and different and unique. Like, thank you. But we learn that to accept that about ourselves. Every human is. But we're all different from one another. We all think we're weird. We fear that we're weird, that we're different enough that we're going to get ostracized, right? So there is this lesson within this with this Ace of Trees, with this Ace of Pentacles showing you a different way of looking at yourself, right? Let's see. So that was on the bottom of the deck. Let's see how they feel about you. So 10 of stars, 10 of wands. They do see you as someone with a lot of energy, a lot of um a lot of flow, there's like I don't know if you're always going, moving fast. I don't know if you're nervous or you just have a lot of energy, always going, always doing something, always moving. But they one of the things they notice about you is like, wow, you've got like you're like the what was that rabbit? The Energizer Bunny rabbit. It's like, wow, she's constantly going. She's got a lot of energy. So he's noticed that in a positive way, not like, oh my God, she's so weird, that way. It's like, wow, you've got a lot of energy. I just feel like that's it. Yeah, even the magician. So impulse, and this is a lot of drive and a lot of focus, and so they see you as someone with a great amount of drive and a great amount of ability to get things done and a lot of movement and action. Um, and with all this, especially with the 10 and the 1, this is endings and beginnings. I feel like they have also noticed that you know, achieve things, move beyond things, and go, go, go. A lot of endings and beginnings energy that they're picking up from you. Um, and I feel like a little bit of that you are not intimidating, but I feel like they are a little bit intimidated, um, because of your ability to really move mountains and to get stuff done. It's like it would be the thing of like, wow, you're a high performer, and and you put people to shame, not intentionally. You just overachieve, like an overachiever, and you get a lot done, and they're like, "Wow, wow." I don't and so I think that there's this not that they think that you're again, that might be where you're picking up where you feel like people think that you're different because you have a work ethic and, um a life ethic that's all about getting things done, doing, don't just do the job, go above and beyond in the job. And that's not normal. And so that could be seen as different and weird, right? So that's interesting. Because is he at work? I don't know. But I just feel like this is the energy of your life, right? Let's see what else we have here. So we have the 5 of trees, the 5 of pentacles. So he does have his own beliefs of lack and falling short, being abandoned, being left behind, not being enough. So they have that kind of energy that they have going within themselves. But they got the 3 of trees, the 3 of pentacles, which is all about being true to your authentic self. So I like this like nudge from spirit about don't worry, the people who talk to people, and if they don't respond, that's fine. You're like, you know what, that's not my problem, that's what they're going through. That's them feeling small, because if people are intimidated by us, it's not that we're intimidating, it's so that they have low self-esteem, and so that's why they're fearful. That's why they feel like they're down here and we're up here. Otherwise, they would talk with us and they would see us as their equal. But what we fear is that we're down here and they're up here, right? Just realize you are unique, and this 3 of trees is about being true to your authentic self and allow yourself to express that, right? Um, you do have the 6 of hearts here too, which is the past. And so, with the bottom of the deck, you also have the 8 of hearts, the 8 of cups, which is about leaving behind emotions and relationships that don't serve you. With the 6 of hearts coming in, I feel like there are some past um, things maybe in school where people made fun of you or whatever. It's about going back and looking at those things this your inner child is basically saying people are mean and people think we're weird and people are going to make fun of us or do whatever. There could be something stored below the surface emotionally that can be looked at. And I feel like you can go back as this adult, powerful, unique self that you love who you are, and you can picture that little person, the little inner child you were that went through those things, and go and be like, "Oh my gosh." Spirit speaks to me a lot in movies because I watched so many. There was a movie called Hands That Rock the Cradle, and it was a scary movie, but the really scary babysitter, she was all nice on the outside, but when she found out that a kid at school was picking on the little girl that she watched along with a baby, I think, when she went to go pick her up at school, she goes, "Who is that little boy?" And she goes, "It's him." And like, "Come on, let's go talk to him." And she went over and said, "You know what? Can we talk to you around the corner around here?" And I just, she wants to apologize. And he's like, "All right." He thought he went over and then she grabbed his arm and had this really evil look on her face. And she was like, "Listen here, you little blah, 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 blah. If you ever do this again, I'll break your arm." And he was like, and he like, peed himself and he left her alone after that. But this is like the kind of energy, the kind of like watching out for your little inner child. It's like, I'm going to stand up for you. I'm going to go back to those situations in my memory and I'm going to stand up for you. I'm going to be that person that supports you. And in doing that, I feel like there's this empowering energy that comes in here with that. And there's some good release that comes through this situation here. But I feel like, overall, they just think like you're a hard worker. They're a little intimidated by you because I feel like you overachieve and outperform, and you're go, 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 go. And you definitely are different than they are in these ways. But I don't feel like they are like judging you. I feel like they're more so um, comparing themselves, and then with that Five of Pentacles, I feel like they fall short in that. Right. Let's see what else they want you to know here. I'm going to pull in the Akashic Truth Oracle. Yeah, have faith. Look at that hawk or eagle. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything's going to be okay, yet still you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. And I feel like that's standing up. And if you want to go talk to somebody, you go talk to somebody. And if they act weird, then you're like, wow, they're weird. but but you don't judge them. You're just like, okay, you know, uh, we don't need to take other people's actions personally, because what people say or don't say, do or don't do, it's about what's going on inside of them, right? Because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. Again, it's all these mirrors. And so if someone can't see the amazingness that we are, then it's like, oh, it's because they can't recognize that in you if they can't recognize it in themselves. Also, weirdness, if they think we're weird, it's because they recognize the weirdness in themselves too. So I like all this. I feel like it's a great growth, allows you to go in and really stand up to those bullies that bullied your little inner child, and you get to stand up for that, and you get to transform that, and you gotta have faith that, I'm awesome, not arrogant. Well, I'm more awesome than everyone else. You just recognize your confidence that I'm a good catch, I'm a good person, I have strength and gifts, and if someone can't recognize it, it's because they don't have that ability to do so, and that's okay. We'll let them go with, and we just realize they just can't see it, and that's okay. They showed you who they are in that they can't see it, but you get to see it in yourself. So I like that. All right, so that's what they have for you, Gerenaru. Hopefully that helps. I would go talk to him. That's what I would do. and then and just see how things go, and have no expectations, just to enjoy the experience. But try to pay attention to that little girl inside of you or that little boy inside of you, whoever is inside you, and be like, you know what? I am just going to um, love on myself and express, um, the love that I have for myself. Let it fill up and overflow. And as we say, Aquarians, let your freak flag fly. Be true to you. All right. So that's what they have, my dear. Hopefully that helps. All right. So many blessings. And then let me, whoops. I think I just have four. I think four. Make sure here. Don't leave anyone out. Yeah. So I have four of my YouTube channel members. And so these will be free readings. These will be a little faster since they're just 1 to 2 cards. But we will get you your answers as well. So up first, we had Nelia. So thank you for your donations earlier. And your free reading was any messages from your guardian angel. All right. I do. I've got like, is it this one here? I feel like it's this one here. It's Healing with the Angels Oracle. So actually going to get an oracle card. So let's take a look here. What does your guardian angel want you to know? All right, that it is right here. Balance. Balance. Beautiful card. Let's see what that message comes in here. So, of course, this has your schedule been lopsided lately? Be sure to balance your time between work, play, spirituality, exercise, and relationships. Your guardian angel knows that you're busy with many earthly demands on your time. They want to help you with your responsibilities through the process of balance. Whenever our schedules become disproportionate, our energy drops. Lowered energy creates the illusion that there isn't enough time in the day, so a vicious cycle of time limitation ensues. Your guardian angel asks you to add regular doses of meditation, exercise, and play to your days. They know that balancing your life between work, play, spirituality, exercise, and relationships helps you to grow and feel joy. If you feel overwhelmed by your responsibilities, don't hesitate to ask the Creator and your angels to lift your burden. Yeah, ask them for help, and they will help too. They don't meddle in our lives, right? They honor our free will, and we give them a honey-do list before we come down here, and they're always working on that. But while we're down here as a human, we can ask them of our own free will, clarity, assistance, whatever, and they are overjoyed to help, unless it's something in our life where we're like, when I'm down there during this period, if I ask for help, do not help me. I want to experience this. And they're like, are you sure? And they're like, they want to help us so badly. But outside of all that, just ask and they will be there for you. So I love that for you. All right. So that's what message your guardian angel has for you, Nelia. Balance. Play, especially. Make sure you have play in there. All right. And then Sean G, you are up next. Hello, hello. And you want to know, is there going to be any contact between S and I that leads to a romantic relationship? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, is there going to be any contact? Okay. What do we have here? So you got the Knight of Angels, which is the Knight of Swords. And then the Awakening, which is the Judgment card, coming in here too, which is Emergence. It's interesting that this particular deck, you know, this would be new communication that's coming in here. But I don't feel like it leads to a romantic relationship, in so much that, because there's this communication, but this is your higher self calling you to a higher place. And usually that's double endings and double beginnings with 2 X's on there. But I feel like there is communication that comes in, but I feel like in it, you realize I don't know, I just feel like you realize that you have changed, that, um it almost reminds me like the 3 of Wands, where with new information and new interaction, you're like, "You know what? That spark that I had there, it just feels like it's gone." It's like, "Where did it go?" You know? But I feel like it's you realize it and you're being called in a different direction with those cards coming in there. So, I know, Sean, I know. What's going on? Where's your spirit drawing you? Right, but that's what's coming in there for you. So many blessings to you. And then Aria, thank you again for becoming a new Zen Cricket member. I appreciate you. And you want to know, will your marriage be okay? Okay, let's take a look here and see. Based on current energies, what does Spirit want you to know here? All right. You've got the Wheel of Fortune here, which is a breakthrough, and it is about, it's a victory, it's an abundance, it's the Wheel of Fortune, what is normally it is, which is, the tuna for you. And it shows you that whatever unfolds, that your human side is happy about it and recognize that it is for you, whatever unfolds. The Nine of Angels, the Nine of Swords, is about nightmares and insomnia and facing our fears, but it's a lot of expectations and stepping past it. And what I feel is coming in here is like they're saying, like, either way, you're going to be fine. Um, your life always happens for you and it unfolds for you. So, but there is this um, message that comes in with, like, when we get the Nine of Swords or the Ten of Swords, which is a lot of expectations, a lot of rules, a lot of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's around whatever the subject is. In this case, marriage, relationships. And we're all given from very young a lot of, you know, they're supposed to be this and they should do this and blah blah blah, and I'm supposed to do this and should do, and then the marriage or relationship is supposed to be this and should this and blah 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 blah. And when we live a life with all those roles around something, we focus so much energy on how something's not living up to those lies. They're small t truths rooted in fear. It's all this stuff opinion we've been given. But if we can, when we meet someone, and they're giving us this, right? Because we meet them and we have no expectations, we go, "Wow, look how amazing someone is," right? Because expectations are here. We didn't even like if we didn't even plan on meeting someone and boom, we're like, "Wow." And then we start dating, right? So those expectations go up. Still abundance, but it's becoming less and less, right? Then we date exclusively, and then we get engaged, and then we get married. So it's like, it's they didn't change, we didn't change, but our expectations of each other changed. And then we start looking at the lack of how a relationship or a marriage or a situation isn't living up to something. If we can get rid of expectations as much as we can, and instead of focusing on lack about how something's not, like, we're not being who we're supposed to be in the relationship, how they're not being it, how the relationship isn't being what it is, I start having gratitude. I start focusing what I'm grateful for in that other person. I start in here. One, what I'm grateful about myself, what I'm grateful about them, what I'm grateful about what's working beautifully in the relationship, and my energy grows that instead of me focusing on what's going wrong. Then my energy grows more things that are falling short and not meeting up. And and then we get to the point where we feel comfortable telling the other person genuine, like, really meaning it, um, and telling them, specifically an example of it, like, just to pull one out of the air. It's like, "Something I love about you?" And they're like, what? Because this is not normal. And it's great because, we tell them, I love how you never give up on your friends. They're like, what? Yeah. You remember how, like, Fred, you know, how they were pushing you away. They were going through a tough time in their life and you wouldn't let them push you away and you made sure that they were okay. And I love that about you. You never give up on your friends. And then they're like, well, wow, thank you. And they don't know what to do because that's so abnormal. But can you imagine a relationship where, and they may not do it to you right away, you might have to do that for yourself for a while. But when you start telling someone that what you appreciate in them, who doesn't want to be in a relationship like that? If I'm being nagged and both these whispers for myself and from someone else, look at there's a gnat. um, when being nagged, not gnat, I said nagged. um, about, "Oh, you're not being, you didn't do this and you failed at this," and who wants to be in a relationship like that, right? No human does. We don't wanna be told, what we're doing wrong, and gnats, are, a spirit animal that represents expectations for me. So that's funny that out of the blue, a gnat came in here out of nowhere. But that is, these expectations are what just suck the life out of a relationship. It sucks the wind out of the sail, or like in a candle, when you put something on top of the little candle holder, when it just sucks up the oxygen, and then the flame's gone. But so they're saying that you can, if you can't keep doing the things that you're doing now and expect anything to be different, so you can change things up and do that. Okay. So that is what they have for you, Arya. Hopefully that helps, but that Wheel of Fortune is a positive card, so there is great possibility it can work out well. But you can definitely help it build this bond by doing things differently and focusing on, again, what you are grateful about, what you bring in the marriage, what you're grateful about in the marriage, what you're grateful about them in the marriage, and then maybe even start to genuinely, specifically with examples, share it with them. Right? So many blessings to you. And then Moonlight, you are the last one. So in the middle of your sleep, so when you come back on, hopefully you'll see it over here. A card for the weekend. What's happening? Good or bad? That's up to you, right? Because things just happen. Things aren't good or bad. It's our story. Until they get in here, whatever story we apply to it is what will make it good, bad, or neutral, right? So let's take a look here. Yeah. I like it. You got the 2 of trees, the 2 of pentacles, the choice of the outside world. What do you want it to be? And you have the Knight of Stars, the adventurer, the Knight of Wands, the fastest moving knight. So this pursuit of your energy this weekend and pursuit of the magic wand. I like this, that this can be a weekend of an experiment of experience where you can go in and decide, I'm going to go do something, and regardless, like you can, um you might even be able to pull this from the past. I know that if I go in with an attitude that no matter what this is, I'm going to hate it, and then experience hating it, right? And then go, all right, I'm going to go over here, and regardless what happens, I'm going to love it, and then see how your energy allows you and brings in the stories, the emotions, the energy, and the physical actions. But I feel like you have a great opportunity here of stepping into your power, and that there, from spirit standpoint, there is no good or bad. There are just different choices with different experiences, and the experiences are neutral until they get in here, like I said. Then we assign a story to it, and we're given a lot of stories from our past, right, growing up, of supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, must be. So when that happens, this is the story that's supposed to go to that. This is the story that's supposed to go to that. This is the story that's supposed to go to that. But that doesn't mean that we have to. That was just opinion, popular opinion, but we get to change our story, and there's empowerment that comes with that. And that Knight of Wands is that pursuit. They're on a quest for that Ace of Wands, where the Ace of Wands is whatever I focus on grows and expands. And you know, that power of opportunities in the outside world, I get to choose. So, powerful weekend if you so choose, or not if you so choose. And there's nothing wrong with either choice. Right. So that's what they have for you, Moonlight. Hopefully that helps. Enjoy your powerful weekend. And thank you guys so much for your patience in getting to your readings. And I'll post a little comment here after I'm done listing the order so you guys can find them more fast. Um, for everyone else, I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. and Sunday as well. And then tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And till then, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, sweet dreams. Enjoy the rest of your day or your night, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.